country at large got a heads up on patient safety in 1999 when the Institute of Medicine published a report called To Err is Human, showing that as many as 100,000 patients per year die in hospitals, not from their underlying disease, but really from errors or mistakes that are made in hospitals. This was a shocking number to everybody, including those of us in the renal community concerned about patients with kidney disease. And so back several years ago, the Renal Physicians Association, in conjunction with the Forum of End-Stage Renal Disease Networks and the Patient Safety Foundation, mounted an effort to understand what we needed to do to stop errors in dialysis units and for patients with kidney disease. The Renal Physicians Association has been interested in collaboration and collaborating with other organizations in order to get to the goal, in order to understand what safety issues are, and in order, furthermore, to understand what people are doing to improve safety, to understand what best practices might be. And so in an effort to engage other organizations, we've been anxious to speak directly to patients, and so the American Association of Kidney Patients is one of our partners in this effort. We've partnered with the Kidney and Urology Foundation of America, which has also similarly been interested in safety and keeping patients safe in dialysis units. One of our issues is that right now we don't really have good data on exactly how much a problem patient safety is in dialysis units. And so our goal is now to find out what we need to do to get the data we need in order to understand the next steps to take. Part of the effort to get that data together will be really two surveys. One is a patient survey that's going to be given to patients across the country, soliciting from them information about where the safety issues are that they see firsthand in dialysis facilities. Second, we're also going to have a professional survey that surveys doctors and nurses, social workers, dietitians, all of the professionals who work in dialysis facilities to see where they think safety issues are and what they've actually seen as safety problems. Sometimes the government has put restrictions on the ability to collect information. And so one of our challenges really was to establish a questionnaire and establish a mechanism of getting information that made sure that patients remained anonymous, that there weren't any problems of breach of confidentiality. And so we've really worked hard to make sure that our questionnaire conforms with all of the requirements of the government and protects patients to make sure that their voice is heard, while at the same time we're protecting their confidentiality. There is a potential issue. If patients see things in dialysis units that are a potential danger to them, and if they were to report them and that report were to be known to the folks running the dialysis unit, there's always the potential that those people will be considered like whistleblowers. We really want to avoid that. The important thing is to understand what the potential safety problems are in dialysis facilities and do something about that. And so we've really worked hard to derive a mechanism and a questionnaire that maintains confidentiality while really encouraging patients to report what they see, what their own experience is, and helping us understand what our opportunities are to improve safety. We're also really interested in our professional survey because patients have one view of what safety issues are, but often professionals working in facilities have a very different perception. Things that professionals see as potential safety issues may be things that patients never even see or are aware of. And so it's really important to us to tap into both patients and professionals and understand what each perception is about potential safety issues. What we're hoping to do once the survey is done is, number one, understand the universe of patient safety issues. What are the types of safety issues that both professionals and patients see? What are the priorities that they see them in? What are the ones that are most pressing? What are the things that we need to look at first? So first we hope to understand sort of the realms of safety issue. And then second, we hope to understand what priorities we need to attack them with. What are the most important ones? And then in addition, many dialysis facilities and staffs and patients have already confronted safety issues and solved the problem, found ways to make things better. We really want to look at those best practices and share those best practices across the country so that we don't have to keep reinventing the wheel. If there's something that a group of patients and a group of doctors and nurses already have solved, we'd love to find that out. We'd love then to share what they've learned and how to make that better and make that available to everybody. Another byproduct of our questionnaires is once we understand which specific areas of patient safety we need to focus on, and in addition, once we understand which areas have already been worked on by people, which areas there are solutions already present in, then our next real challenge is an educational challenge. The challenge then is to take the knowledge that already exists in one part of the country or in one dialysis facility and to educate other people, patients, educate physicians, educate administrators, educate owners of dialysis facilities, really educate all on what needs to be done to improve safety and to make sure that patients continue to feel safe in a dialysis facility. But the education goes beyond individual dialysis facilities. We think we also have to educate physicians. We also have to educate our regulators. The government regulates us. The CMS really, through Medicare, is the source of funding of a majority of the dialysis that's provided in the country. And CMS also will need education about where the patient safety issues are, where Medicare and CMS needs to invest its resources to create safe environments, to maintain safe environments, and to provide the best care. So at the RPA, we see our job as not only finding out these answers, but also to educate those people at the sharp end, that is, people who are right in a dialysis facility, but also people at what we call the blunt end, at the policy-making end, to make sure that our policymakers, our government, our regulators understand what we need to do in order to provide safe dialysis. One of the top priorities for the RPA is to make sure that our patients are served well and are served appropriately. There are several ways that the RPA does that. We have a focus on quality and quality issues and how we can assure quality in dialysis. We also have a focus on safety. It's important for patients, just as it's important for everybody, to feel safe. When a patient comes to the dialysis unit, that patient wants to be able to come and know that when they get their treatment, the treatment is going to be done right, it's going to be done right the first time, and that they're going to be safe in where they sit, that untoward events are not going to happen. This is a critical goal for all of us. It's a goal for patients. It's obviously a goal for physicians and nephrologists. And for that reason, it's a top goal for the RPA. So the RPA has seen this as one of our top priorities. The RPA is really in this safety field for the long haul. This is an effort that started several years ago with a community-wide effort to understand patient safety. It includes currently our plans to obtain information through our surveys, to act on best practices, to educate both patients and doctors, our legislators and our regulators, and will go for several years into the future.